Everyone on the A-List is a local Seattle artist, filmed in Seattle with their permission. All rights reserved to Mastermind Music and Far Horizon. All right, this is Heather Thomas, everyone. General Mojos. And you're in other projects too? Mm-hmm. Which, okay, I always have a hard time keeping track because I always see all the shows, but I love your online presence and everything. So, what other projects?
Besides General Mojos, there's my band, which is the Heather Thomas Band.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of like a trio where we do all my originals.
And you play ukulele and sing and drum.
Right, so in that band, if it's the full band, I'm on drums. Mm-hmm. Like kind of lead singer from the drum set, which is fun because not that many people do that.
Yeah, I'm like, that's magic because I'm like, can't even,
Yeah, so when I do solo stuff, I'll do ukulele, or like Dude and I will do acoustic duo sometimes where I'll play ukulele, he'll play upright bass. Mm-hmm. So there's that band, and then I still play shows with Mary Lambert every once in a while, but we're not like touring right now, so those are kind of few and far between.
Yeah, so like whenever she needs you, it's like you get a call, and then fly somewhere.
Yeah, we have like a show coming up in Everett, and then one in Durham, North Carolina.
Oh, yeah. Nice. So you get to go see all these places you probably wouldn't visit otherwise?
Yeah, most of my traveling around the country has been with Mary.
That's awesome.
It's cool. It's really fun. We get to go a lot of interesting cities. And, because she's like, she has a really great fan base and like lots of fans all over the place, so you get treated really well everywhere you go.
Aw, that's so awesome.
And the crowds are just like incredible. It's so fun.
You guys are so nice too. So
the band is so fun, and like her shows are so emotional, and so people really connect.
Aww.
And so like after a show, people will be like, "This changed my life," and you're like, "Yay!"
It's like, this is why I'm doing this.
I know, it's one of those. I've never played in a band that was so like emotionally compelling, and so it's really cool to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But so there's those bands. I play with Jarrett Samples.
Oh yeah, I love Jarrett.
Yeah, and we just put out a live EP and a few videos, and then we are planning an album release coming up probably in the winter-ish.
Cool.
Thinking maybe like late November.
And then have him on here.
You should. He'd be great. Yeah, because he plays with so many different bands.
Yeah.
And Jarrett and I have known each other since we were in 3rd grade.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that.
Yeah.
And you guys grew up in Puyallup?
Puyallup, yeah.
I was like Puyallup, sorry.
It's like pew like a church pew, and it rhymes with Gallup. Puyallup. So that Jarrett Samples, and then Bad News Botanists, which is more of like a jazz fusion band. We've been actually getting some radio play on KNKX.
Cool.
With Abe Beeson for the new cool. He really likes his Bad News Botanists.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's Marina Christopher on bass. Frank Vitolo is the lead. It's actually a 6-person band. So
and that's you drum in that one too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's actually,
like
there's no vocalist in that one. It's like all instrumental.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
How do you, I guess, balance your, own writing with being in all these other projects?
I write mostly by myself, and so no matter how busy you are, you should still find alone time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I write by myself.
When you get those moments.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the other thing is it goes in waves. I'll have different months of the year that seem to be ready for writing, and then summer's really busy for playing and touring, and it's you kind of write in cycles, because there's the album recording cycle, and then there's the release, and then the promotion of that, and then by the time you're kind of tired of that is when your new songs start coming.
Okay, now I get to sit down.
Yeah.
You guys you always have all these fun shows. You guys just played in a park. Freeway Park,
yeah,
I think.
Freeway Park.
Yeah, it's lunchtime show, and then you did the skating rink, which was awesome.
So our EP release was at the Southgate Roller Rink.
Yeah.
That was honestly probably the most fun I've ever had at a show.
Yeah.
I had a wireless microphone, and I was just skating around the ring.
Yeah,
singing.
I remember trying to catch you at one point, and I was like, nope.
I'm fast.
You were gone. I think you laughed me out. I was like, oh.
I was having so much fun. I was just because people at first, because I did the first song on the stage. We were playing in the middle of the roller rink.
Yeah.
And so I was like up there singing. Still had my skates on though. And then like after the first song, I just left the stage and started rolling around.
Yeah.
And then we got to the part in the song where I was singing, and everyone's like looking around, like, where is she?
Yeah.
And then I would like zoom past them.
It's like, I'm right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some really cool pictures from that. I know I was like a little curmudgeon-y at first. I'm not skating. And then
so many of my
totally
friends did that.
did it, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm so glad I did that.
It was so fun. I went and saw Heat Warmer at the roller rink, like maybe 3 or 4 months before our show. And I was like, this is fun. We got to do this.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was officially my 4th time on roller skates. I didn't care.
Yeah, you're gone.
I was running.
Let's see. Well, when did you start playing music?
Yeah, so I started tap dancing when I was like 7.
Oh yeah.
So that like kind of counts.
Oh,
It's
they got
very
the beats.
rhythmic and and kind of learning how to learn, I guess, like, figuring out what choreography is and like syncing up your rhythms to music. And then so I started playing drums when I was in 5th grade. It was like 5th grade band.
Oh, nice.
We like took the placement test where it was like, all right, which note is higher or lower, or like which note is louder or long. Like they were just trying to see like, could you tell what's going on?
Yeah.
And so I did really well with that, and they said, all right, you can play any instrument you want. And
That's awesome.
they were like,
did they provide it too for you and everything?
no, they had you could like try a bunch of instruments out, but you still like rent your own
Oh, got
gear.
it.
But I remember I went home and I told my parents, like, I get to pick an instrument. And my dad had just started playing drums a couple years earlier for our church. Like he had played drums when he was like in high school, and then like 20 years went by and he hadn't played.
Yeah.
And so he was just getting back into it, and he was like, well, if you want to play drums, I can help you. I know a little bit about drums.
That's awesome.
And I was like, okay, cool. And then I loved it, and I really connected with it. And I was good at it, like,
and you're still good at it.
Yeah, like when you're in 5th grade, it's like good is relative, but like I felt like I could do all the things that were being asked of me.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool because it's an age where like you really need positive reinforcement. Otherwise, like a bad experience in band like that could ruin you for music for the next like decade or so.
That's so true.
Yeah, so I feel really fortunate that I had
something bad to you.
Yeah,
because you're so
all it
influenced.
takes is someone saying like, you're not good at this, or like maybe you should stick to whatever else you're doing, and that's all it takes for you to just believe it.
Yeah.
And then you're kind of like, until you later can trace that back and be like, oh, someone told me that, doesn't mean it's true.
Yeah.
But I was really fortunate to have a lot of people around me that were like, wow, you're really good at this is so cool.
You're like, hell yeah, I'm staying here.
And I was like, I'm a drummer. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me get my little cards out. How would you describe the sound of General Mojo's? I'm going to zero in on that project.
So General Mojo's, we call it Northwest Neo Psych. And so it's got this kind of like, the nostalgic 60s, 70s feel of like all the psych bands, but then it also has more modern influences from like Tame Impala and Temple's kind of vibe.
I really like it.
Yeah, it's got, sometimes we go like really spacey, sometimes it's really kind of flower power, but it's kind of rooted in the, like, Dune is the primary songwriter, and he, like, his favorite band is The Who.
Oh, cool.
And so, like, the songs rock, but they also have, like, this cool, sometimes it's like a Beatles feel, sometimes it's like Jefferson Airplane, sometimes it's like Donovan kind of vibe. A lot of synthesizers, guitar solos.
Yeah, I like that it's like you can definitely move to it, like you can't not.
Yeah, it's definitely very, like, energetic and fun, and we like move around a lot at our shows.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And let's see. What is your next plans? Like, are you guys touring? Or are you in particular going?
General Mojo's next tour, we're booking for November right now. So that's kind of the next travel plans for the band. I think I might be going to Burning Man, so that...
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. But that's not with the band, but I will be performing.
Oh, you will?
Yeah, I've got, like, some shows lined up. doing some solo stuff, but also like playing drums for other people.
That's gonna be so fun.
Yeah, I've never been, but I was just at the Oregon Country Fair and met some people down there that run a music camp. They're like, "Oh, you should join us," and I was like, "What? Yeah." It's one of those things where, like, I've kind of wanted to go for a while and just kind of figured someday I would have an in.
Yeah.
And then it shows up and
Here
you're
it
like,
is.
sweet.
Yeah. When is Burning Man again?
It's the last weekend of August.
Oh my god, that's gonna be so crazy, and it's gonna be hot.
Yeah, it's out in the desert for sure.
Who are your favorite Seattle bands or musicians right now?
The Black Tones.
Black Tones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love Eva Walker. She's like my favorite human ever. But yes, I love the Black Tones. Really love Delvon Lamar Organ Trio. Do you know them?
Mm-mm.
They are so funky and like so great. And I've known Delvon for a few years. Like I played with him like maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. But they recently kind of like signed a good record deal and have been touring. Like they went to Europe,
awesome.
and they put out their last General Motors actually played their album release at the Tractor, and it was just like they're just top notch, like high quality, funky, dancey band.
Yeah.
And Jimmy James is the guitar player, and so you just like he's got that like deeply rooted just guitar. Like he's
cool.
the guitar. You think about
so
like what you hope someone would sound like when they play the guitar, like that's Jimmy James.
Do they mostly play here, like at the Tractor? I guess if they were playing live, or do they play all over?
Yeah, I wonder where they're playing next. I mean, I've seen them at the Sea Monster. I've seen them at the Nectar. They play all over the place, but now that they're touring more, they'll probably play a little less frequently in Seattle.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Tractor's a pretty good sized venue for them.
I'll have
they
to look
fill
them
it up
because I haven't heard.
Oh yeah, they're super funky, really good. But yeah, those are some. I like. Do you know Marble? Chantal's
Yeah,
band?
we've been trying to get a show with them.
You would
Yeah.
match really well with them. Yeah.
We just keep. You know how it goes with booking and shows.
Yeah.
It's like it never lines up.
I know, because everyone's like trying to get everyone out to their show, and you can only really pull a big crowd every month or so.
Yeah.
Before people start to be like, oh, I'm just seeing the same show all the time, and they stop showing up.
Yeah.
It helps to like throw events. I've noticed like the roller rink show. We had a bunch of people out because it was different. It wasn't just like, oh, we're playing the Sunset again. Like even though we love playing the Sunset, and we always get a bunch of people out. And
Yeah, that's an awesome venue.
I love the Sunset, but you know, doing different things can help a lot. Like our next event is we're doing a music video for our song "It Gets Okayer," and it's like we're doing it at like a backyard barbecue style thing. So we're like inviting people out to come hang out and be in our video.
Just like party and chill.
Yeah, and we're featuring Delvon Lamar in that video as well.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be sweet. He's gonna be like, well, I won't give it away.
Okay, I know. I really like your music videos. I know you haven't released one of them yet that I got to see. But,
Yeah, I guess
love
I'll do a
it.
sneak peek.
Yeah. But yeah, your videographer is really awesome.
Yeah, so Sam Veach, our drummer, is a cinematographer. Like that is his job.
It's like so magical.
I
It's like, and
know.
you're in a band, so it's like, so
I know.
he totally gets the music and the sound and what the vibe
his
should
editing
be.
is so musical, which is so cool because you see so many music videos being edited by people that don't maybe don't specialize in music, and it's just like things will cut or happen on musical cues, and it's that little subtle combination just really adds so much. It's so cool. I love the way he edits and shoots and films, and I mean the whole idea for the video was his too. So
That's so cool.
yeah.
Let's see. Do you have a favorite venue in Seattle, or do you? What's your like? I guess you've played all over the place. What's your favorite show that you've done? Is it the roller rink one? Would you say?
Yeah, definitely. That was the most fun. That I don't know if that would be like my favorite venue because it's not. It's like it's set up well for bands, but it's not like I probably wouldn't play all my shows there.
Yeah.
You know? But I really like the Tractor. It's a great stage to play. It's a great room. And I've seen a lot of great bands there too, so I just have like, a lot of good memories in the Tractor.
Yeah.
they renovated. Do you remember when it was like just one bar?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was so weird. To think about it now, it's like, oh yeah, this works out way better.
It works so much better. Yeah, and I think it's better for the bar too because they can have like their crowd in front that doesn't have to pay a cover.
Yeah.
And so it like keeps.
Or if they get
running.
like maybe a little drunk, they're like, oh, I want to go see what's going on, and just go pay the cover.
Sometimes I'll be out there like, hey, you should really come in and see this band, And
Yeah.
they're like, oh, okay.
And you're like, it's me, I'm up here.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So if you had any advice for a younger person who wants to play music, like what would it be?
I would say do anything that interests you. Don't let people tell you that you can't do more than one thing, because that's not true. And write your own material. Think about the kind of music that you like and see what inspires you in that genre. Because a lot of times what happens is you'll start writing, we all like to write our feelings, and sometimes what ends up happening at first is you'll be writing songs that you actually wouldn't even listen to. Like, it's not a style that you enjoy or anything.
That happened with my last band.
Yeah, and it's
like,
fine. It's a good place to start, but I would also encourage you to, like, try and write music in the styles that you can't get enough of, that you really dig, that, like what kind of music makes you want to get up and dance or makes you like want to listen to it on repeat. See if you can write in those styles. But yeah, so I would say do as much as you want, and I would say play, if you have like a main instrument, also branch out into some of the supportive instruments. Like any musician could benefit from learning how to play some drums, or any musician could benefit from playing at least some guitar or piano.
Yeah.
And I think we a lot of times get kind of limited by picking an instrument, especially if you pick an instrument really young and you identify with it.
Yeah.
So I would say just don't be afraid. Anytime you see an instrument, you can make sound on it. You can like play something nice. It doesn't have to, you don't have to even be good at it or have any skills at all to sit down and like play a few notes, and if you like the way it sounds, repeat them and just like see where it goes. You don't be afraid of instruments.
Yes. That's good advice for me, I think. Thank you.
Well, what would you like? Do you have anything that you've been thinking about getting into?
I actually just got a flute.
Oh yeah.
So I kind of really want to pick that. I played that for, I don't know, since I was in 3rd grade, and then I stopped when I was 20. So now I'm like, this would actually be a cool addition to a rock band.
Totally.
Or just any band. But
yeah, I saw a band recently that had a flute player. Oh, what was their name? They were really cool. I saw them at the Skylark. I even took a video because I thought they were so cool.
A lot of rap music uses flutes too, surprisingly. Like, I've been listening to a lot of rap music. I'm like, oh man, that's such a cool little like...
You know who does that really well? Do you know Annie Yonser? Mm-mm. She's in a band called Bucket of Honey.
Oh,
do you know them with Nate Bogopolsky?
Shoot, I feel like I'm going to a show that they're playing soon.
You might be, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, she's like got a gorgeous, beautiful singing voice. She's so talented, and then she's also like really killer at the flute.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they do a lot of like kind of hip hop and rap.
Okay, I have to
covers,
go see.
And then she'll like play. What's that one they do that's really great? It's like it's like Michael Jackson or something.
Oh, okay.
And she's like, and she
just does it on the flute.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for some inspiration, I think.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Well, are there any shout-outs that you want to give? Like,
well, probably.
Yeah, shout-outs, thank yous, like...
I would love to give a shout-out to Alicia Dara, who's my vocal coach, because she has helped me so much, like, getting the skills and confidence I needed to like become a singer. I didn't really sing until like maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, you have a really good singing voice.
I've been practicing.
Really
but I don't know, anyone looking for vocal lessons, like hit her up, because she is not only just like an incredibly skilled coach and teacher, but also just incredibly inspiring and like supportive human.
That's awesome.
So I'd give a shout out to her. And maybe a shout out to the Seattle Drum School. I recently started teaching over there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, they're doing such a great thing in the community, just providing music lessons and providing like a space for people to feel safe and loved and accepted and encouraged.
So it's all ages there too.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, that's awesome. You get to work with little ones.
I do, yeah.
So you get to span your advice Like,
yeah, it's cool to be I've been teaching drums for a little over a decade now, and like I love being able to just be kind of a positive musical influence in someone's week.
Yeah.
You know, because I remember how important that was to me. My early drum teachers just like were so cool, and they were so encouraging, and like it did so much for my self-esteem.
Yeah.
You know, my ability to like see myself as a competent musician. You know, which is hard. It's hard because there's so many people are going to tell you what you're doing wrong.
Yeah, that's true, especially after a show. It's like, you should, or maybe this and this.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like,
that little unsolicited advice at the end of a show. And you're like,
don't do that.
Yeah, I appreciate your spirit.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it. Yeah, thanks for coming on this show, and yeah, I always love hanging out with you.
Yeah.
Okay.